problem is there's a lot of us that are living longer that are sedentary. Your body works on kind of the concept of adaptability. As you age, you lose certain abilities. But your ability level doesn't fall off a cliff like some of us seem to think. It goes slowly, but you have a lot more control over it. What you have to realize is your body can adapt positively to stimulus as well as negatively to no stimulus, is basically what we're talking about. So the more you do, the more you keep moving, the more you can kind of keep the aging thing at bay and at least slow it down. As a society, we tend to glorify youth and are terrified of growing old. Aging's not a disease, it's a natural process. Many, not all, but many of the diseases associated with old or with aging are known to be the result of inactivity and excess body fat. Those are issues we have some control over. Research has shown that we can slow and in some cases even reverse disease progression just through diet and exercise. Unfortunately, most older adults don't do the minimum amount of physical activity just to stay healthy. That's why you've seen these things now, everybody wears them. You walk 10,000 steps. I can make 10,000 steps pretty easily, but that's not the point. It gives you a way of being accountable, showing you how much you are either active or not active. I love it when the guy says, oh, I golf 3 days a week. I said, you get in the cart, you ride to your ball, you get out of the cart, you hit the ball. The most exercise you get is carrying a pitcher of beer. You are never too old to exercise. You're too old not to do it. It's very important. Think about that. You're too old not to do it. Another one is physical fitness is probably the single most important thing a senior can do to stay healthy. So we want to be what I call functionally fit for as long as we possibly can. It's an independence thing, but you want to be able to do that. You want to be able to enjoy your life while you're living longer. I'm going to go over some of the benefits for people our age and older, as opposed to why you would be doing this if you're younger. And some of them do cross over. But you look and you feel better. It improves your self-confidence. It's very easy to get depressed. You start to work out. You start to see that you're starting to feel a little better. You look at yourself in the mirror instead of walking around like this. You're walking around a little more upright. It makes you feel better. You feel a little more positive about yourself. The social interaction, and I'll tell you, the social interaction is very important here. Almost to a fault sometimes. I'll teach some classes and they'll never stop talking, some of them. They won't. I don't know if they're listening to me or not, but the social part is important. I worked in a gym before I came here, and we always used to make sure that we would talk to some of the, especially the ones that would come in alone, and encourage them. Because if you come to a gym and everybody welcomes you and they said, okay, come on in, you're going to do this, and you set them up, you don't talk to them again, they're not going to keep coming back. Unless they're really, really motivated. Not everybody has that specific motivation, especially to exercise. They all tell me it's torture, and I say, no, it's stimulation. You sleep better. You sleep a lot better, not only because it makes you a little more tired and helps you sleep better, it's been proven that they've done tests that regular exercisers tend to fall asleep quicker and sleep more deeply and wake up less. You have an improved brain function. Very easy to figure that out. When you exercise, it increases your blood flow. It's going to increase your blood flow all over, not just to your muscles, but to your brain too. So it helps you with that. Weight control. As you increase your metabolism a little bit, your body will go to a healthier weight. Also what we call composition, body composition. I'm 5'10" and I'm 170, and you put someone else 5'10", 170 standing next to me, we don't look at all alike because you get better body composition, you get more muscle as opposed to fat. Muscle at rest will burn a few more calories than fat. Not a whole lot, but enough that if you would replace 5 pounds of fat with 5 pounds of muscle, you could maybe lose a pound a week, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're trying to lose weight and you project that over a year, we could be sitting here having the same conversation, you'd be 50 pounds less. Improves your balance. Myra was smiling because she comes to my balance class. There's a lot of things that have to do with balance, but a very important thing is your lower body strength, especially your legs. That's your base. Your legs become weak, you have balance issues. Strengthen those legs up, your balance gets better. There are other things obviously involved sometimes. I mean, we talk about when your sight, if that goes, that can be an issue, where you are in space, vertigo, or the little things that roll around in your head, where you kind of move your head and all of a sudden, but strengthening your legs is a key to balance also. Increased flexibility, which is very important. We lose that also. As we age, we stop moving ourselves in, and your body only does what you train it to do. So if you only turn to here instead of turning to here, it's going to keep that way. You can get some of your flexibility back. You may not be as flexible as you were when you were younger, but you can get some back. You have to work at it. If any of you have ever had any kind of injuries where you get the little, you have to limit your range of motion and you get it back, it can't be done. There's only so far, you will lose a little bit, but once again, it's control over the rate of how you lose it. Greater mobility goes into that too. The stronger you are, easier it's going to be for you to move around and do the things that you enjoy doing. It makes everyday tasks easier. I mean, how many times have you done something and the next day you're sore and you're like, why am I so sore? And all I did was vacuum for a little bit longer or something. That, increasing your muscle strength and increasing your endurance, will help make those everyday tasks a little bit easier so you don't have to suffer the next day. You have a stronger immune system and a faster recovery. It just makes you healthier. The healthier your body is, the easier it is for you not only to fight off things, but also to recover quickly from them. I tell people know they're going to have some type of surgery, like knee surgery or hip surgery. I tell them the best thing you can do is to go out and strengthen those muscles around there as much as you possibly can beforehand. You'll recover quicker, you won't lose as much. Obviously, you use pain as your guideline. You can't ruin them anymore if they're going to get replaced, but you also have to use pain, because when you do something and you're in pain, you're going to compromise the form and maybe do something else. It's been proven to lower the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and many other diseases. I spoke about the blood pressure one. It does, lower your blood pressure. Basically, the idea behind that is, as your heart gets stronger, it doesn't have to work as hard to get the blood and the oxygen to your body. The stronger you make the heart, the stronger the pump is, the less hard it has to work, so the less stress and strain is going to be on. So if you think about it in that, in that context, it's easy to understand why that is. Increased bone density, we all know that, especially women. They always worry about that bone density thing. It's proven that exercise can help you increase your bone density. Also can help you alleviate back problems. How many people do you know have back problems or have had back problems? Nothing structural, but just strained back. We've always, and I tell people, I have a machine out there that helps you with your back. We've always been taught to use our legs to protect our back, which is a good thing, especially if you're lifting heavy. Problem is, you don't really use your lower back strength, so unless you actually use it, it's weak, and then all of a sudden you'll do something wrong. People say, I don't know what I did, I just turned a certain way, because your back is not strong. So strengthen your back, also your posture helps too. Keeping those shoulders back. The more you start to lean, the more gravity pulls you, the more you get imbalances, and the worse all those things become. How about grandkids? Now, we all know once they get to be 10 or 12, they don't want to deal with you anymore because they've got their own lives. But up until that age, when they want to play around with you and they still think it's kind of neat to have their grandparents around, gives you energy to do things with them. Improve sports performance. I do a class once a year on golf, not to get your scores better, but to get you more flexible. Not only so you can maybe hit the ball a little farther, but also so you don't get hurt, to get you a little more flexible and to use specific golf type muscles. Tennis, there's a lot of that going on around here. A lot of people playing pickleball. There are different sports that we play that we can keep doing as, once we hit a certain age, we can't. I mean, there's a softball league, we still want to be active. Different types of exercises will help you with that. I laugh at the guys who go play softball and they'll pull their hamstrings the first time they run down first base. Because they haven't done anything. I did a few stretches. Well, that's not enough. you have to know when the season's coming up, especially as you get a little older, get yourself in shape so that you know. It also promotes, as this is kind of the whole thing we're talking about, the active lifestyle and independence. Independence, as we get older, we really realize that we want to hang on to that as long as we can. Being physically fit really enables you to hang on to it a lot longer, so you can actually take more control over your own life. There's a lot of us here in the village who have one spouse that actually probably has some type of issue where the one has to kind of take care of the other. I get a few of those people in here too. They know they have to keep exercising to stay strong enough to help them out. So that's a fact. So that's something that also needs to be thought about.